Well, it is what it is. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another bar by bar analysis here on my channel. Today is March 24th, 2022, and as you can see on the screen, I had a video ready. I went through the whole process bar by bar. I had edited the videos ready to be uploaded, and then the file got corrupted because of a mistake I made. Now I have to redo the video. So here it is again. Bar by bar analysis, drawing level of resistance here at the top, level support at the bottom. We have an uptrend working up with a break and new high. From this new high, first entry long, prices come back down. Second entry long, signal bars below EMA. Not interested in taking that. But after we had this uptrend play out coming from overnight highs, we're working back to overnight lows. At least that's the thought process. So I'd be interested in taking a lower high. And one does appear here. If you came in early enough, that was a good trade that you could have taken before prices start trading back and forth with EMA running through the bars. You can start by drawing in a trading range, and as market opens to 8:30 Central Time, we have a new high. Prices come down for a first entry long, which triggers barely, and prices come back down for a second entry long. But we're not interested in taking a second entry long as prices are starting to push now below EMA, as well as the fact that our uptrend has played out with this uptrend, the break new high. We're looking for prices to come back to overnight lows, so we're not interested in going long here. For those that did enter long, you would have been in this trade before getting stopped out if you had your stop one tick below the signal bar. We also have a downtrend in play as prices continue to push lower, finding a level of support here at the bottom before prices push back up. We have a new low, first entry short, prices come back up to EMA. Second entry short that triggers below this signal bar, but there's really nothing that we can do about it. We're looking for prices to push back up into this trading range if they didn't quite make it to the overnight lows, which they didn't. By no surprise, prices do push back up above EMA. So this uptrend is in play. New high marking a micro double top. Prices come down. Count resets. First entry long, prices come back down. For a second entry long, but the prices close just below the EMA. It's a very risky trade trying to go long here. But for those that did, I could see how this trade would make sense to you with this uptrend at play with the break looking to make a new high. We didn't quite make it to the overnight lows. We made it to the midsection of the range looking to push back up to reach the overnight highs. For those that enter this trade, you would have had a potential runner before prices came back. Did have this break of this short-term trend up with a break new high. So the uptrend has played out. We're looking for shorts to reach back down to lows of the day. Don't quite get that. We get a higher low that takes place. And as prices push back up, we could potentially have a range at play. EMA is trending upwards. New high. First entry long, prices come back down. No, the second entry long triggers above this bearish bar, but not interested in going long. We also have this range start to take better form. We have this new high with the first entry long, prices come back down. Potential failed second entry long to go short, but because we're in this range, we have to be very cautious about going short into this level of support. That failure never triggers before prices come back above EMA. They trade up and out of this trading range with this short-term trend with a break looking for a new high. We barely get a new high. We have a triple test here of this resistance level up here at the top. Prices are far away from EMA. This could be an aggressive counter trade that I could see some people taking. We also have this new low. Prices come up for a first entry short and second entry short here at the top. I could see how people could potentially take this trade. I personally didn't, but with how much space you have with the EMA, it could be a trade worth taking if you were able to see that in real time. We have a new high, first entry long, and prices pull back down for a potential second entry long does trigger above the signal bar, but prices don't close above EMA, so it's kind of a hard trade to take here. Prices work up before EMA starts to flatten out. We have a new low, first entry short, looking for a second entry short. But again, EMA is starting to flatten out a little bit too much. After we had this short-term trend break with a new high, we're looking for prices to come back down to the support levels of this trading range that we have drawn in. If you managed to take this second entry short, you would have been in this trade, would have had a nice runner down to the lows of this range. Finding a bit of support as bars overlap, a little bit of congestion with a new low, first entry short. And as we continue to make new lows, we have to draw in our short-term trends working down. We have this short-term trend with a break, move to a new low, and then it makes a triple test for this new low. We can adjust the range that we have here slightly to accommodate the prices better. We're anticipating for prices to reverse back above EMA and reach the other side of this trading range. New low, prices push strongly above EMA with the short-term trend drawn in. Break of this short-term trend, looking for a new high. We have a high here. First entry long, prices pull back for a second entry long. This is a live trade that I posted on my channel today, so please be sure to check that out. We had a short-term trend at play with the break new low, looking for a new high back to the top of this trading range. And this was the first trade that I took for today. I was in this trade, scalped out first two contracts before my runner hit for 6 points. This was a $450 trade, and you can find more of those details on exactly how I entered this trade on that live video that I posted on my channel. So at this point, prices worked their way back up to the top of this trading range. We have an uptrend that played out, so we're looking for prices to work back to the lows of this range. We have a new high, first entry long, looking for a potential failed second entry long that we can take back down to this lower level of the trading range. We don't quite get that. We have a first entry, second entry that would trigger. Prices are below EMA right now. Next bar prints, there's a second entry trigger to go long, and that takes off. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get any trades to go short, but prices showed us that they wanted to go higher. So with the strong push above EMA, we can start seeing we could potentially have a bigger trend in play here that we don't necessarily see yet. We have this channel working up, prices pushing strongly above overnight highs. We have a new high, and as prices come down, we have a first entry long, and potentially looking for a second entry long. This bullish candle confirms the trend line that we have already drawn in. We had short-term trend working down with a break, move to a new low, first entry long, second entry long. Prices continue to push up. This swing confirms the channel yet again. We have a new low here with a first entry short. Prices come up for a failed second entry short to go long, but not the best signal bar. The body of the candle is not close to the EMA or support level of this channel. So unfortunately, this trade goes without us, and I should mark this was a good trade to take. Second entry long off that channel. Now, while this trade left without us, we would be interested in taking a higher low if one were to set up with a good signal bar. Unfortunately, this is the one that sets up. We have a new low, first entry short, second entry short failure that goes up. No way to get into this, but this is a higher low. This low is higher than this one. Prices are continuing to hold above EMA. Our channel's holding very nice as well. This was my second trade of the day. And this one I did not record live, but this is the higher low that I took. I was in this trade, scalped out for two contracts before my runner continue to move up and hit 6 points for another $450 trade. So two $450 trades to make $900 today, and I was really happy with that. As prices continue to work up, we are trending farther from the EMA. We have a new high, first entry long, second entry long. The only hesitancy I had trading a second entry long here is EMA is holding in between these overlapping bars. We're starting to get a little bit congestive. If we were going to have a nice second entry long, we'd want it coming all the way back up here to the top of the EMA. But after all of these prices have played out, things started to really slow down. I was very hesitant about going long here. Fortunately, it never triggers, so people would not or should not have been in that trade before prices break that channel. Another thing we can start doing is start looking for a potential channel that's starting to work down. Our price target prices are looking to come back to test these overnight highs. New low, first entry short, and continuing to make new lows, so we adjust our channel to accommodate as much of the price action as we can. Price is somewhat fighting here at the overnight highs. We have some short-term trends working down, break new low. This short-term downtrend has played out. We could anticipate for prices to push back above EMA and continue higher. We have a new low, first entry short, second entry short failure. EMA is pretty flat in between these overlapping bars. This is a higher low that some people potentially could take trying to go long, but I don't think it's worth it. It's our first break of our channel here. We are anticipating a new low for this overall downtrend, and EMA is pretty flat. Bars are pretty congested, not worth taking any trades. Prices continue to move up, and by this time it's 12 o'clock. I would have been done trading for the day. That being said, we had a bit of a short-term trend up. It's kind of hard to draw it in there. Short-term trend up with a break move to a new high. First entry long, second entry long with prices closing below EMA, but EMA is starting to flatten out a little bit. We're going to need more data before we try going long, especially because we had this short-term trend break, new high. We're expecting prices to reverse. We have to see what prices are going to do. Prices push back above the EMA, higher low that some people could potentially trade, but I still think it's a little bit early. The other thing that we could start doing is drawing in a potential channel at play if prices hold, and prices do hold. If you were to enter this trade 90.50, prices go up to 92.75. So if you're trading 2 points, depending on how you enter, you would have been out of this trade no problem. Channel holds for another higher low. At this point, EMA is hugging nicely this support here at the bottom. That could be an opportunity to take a higher low. As prices push up, new high, first entry long, second entry long. Not the best bar, a little bit neutral, but if it's holding high or low, you could potentially enter here as well. And prices continue to play out until the day finishes. I appreciate those that ended up staying and watching the video. I am pretty bummed out that I had to redo this video already, but the two trades that I took today, which we talked about, I had a second entry long here. This is a live trade, $450. Then this was a higher low entry that I took for another $450. So $900 profit day. I hope everyone else had a good trading day as well. I will not be trading tomorrow because I have to work, but I look forward to making videos next week. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, let me know how these videos have been beneficial to you, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you know exactly when I post these videos. As always, I appreciate the positive feedback, and until next time, thanks for watching.